Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a 6-month review of the CHIVALZ Air Humidifier. I do have to mention that they did send this to me a while back, and I've actually been using this for a long time now personally, and we've really enjoyed it. Obviously, this thing supplies a ton of humidity to the house, so if you guys have a very dry climate, this thing is amazing. We have 2 nozzles up top, and we could rotate this 360 degrees. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take a closer look at this thing and show you all the features. And then lastly, I'll show you just real fast how you guys could clean this thing, because that's really important for these air humidifiers. All right, so welcome to the closer look. So right now this thing is on full blast. Basically, you guys could rotate it here to adjust how much humidity it's actually letting out. So I just turned it down and it did slow down a little up there. Now we're gonna kick this all the way back to max so you guys could see the difference. And I mean, this thing is moving some steam. That is really, really impressive. So we do have this night light that's really cool, and whenever it's empty, it'll actually show you with a red light right there, and it just reminds you to kind of refill it. You guys can turn the night light off just in case you don't want a light on while you're sleeping, but I personally really like it because it lights up the water and gives it a really cool blue effect. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the machine off and take a closer look at the inside. So here's the actual water tank. We have a handle so you guys could just lift it up and take it straight to the sink to fill up. And here is the actual base. So there are a few moving parts, and when I first got it, I did have to detach something here, but I will tell you that if you don't get rid of the piece of tape that holds this down, it's probably not gonna work the way you want. And then there's also a filter right there on the inside. And whenever we do the actual cleaning, I'll show you exactly how to remove that filter so that you guys could get the inside nice and clean again. Basically, you guys should be using distilled water or at least filtered water on this thing, because some of the internal components could get messed up by hard water deposits. So that's just something to keep in mind. Especially if you guys want to get the most out of this device, you may want to use distilled water. So let's go and turn this thing back on again. All right, so I just wanted to give you one closer look at just how much steam and humidity this thing puts out. This thing has been so cozy. I love turning it on when I'm watching movies. It just really adds to the atmosphere. And while we're looking at it here, I do want to show you that we have an essential oils tab here. So you guys could put a few drops of essential oils in there, and it'll actually kind of spread that smell through the humidity and all the steam it lets out. So let's go ahead and put a few drops in, and now we're going to slide this back in. Basically just clips in. There we go. So now we should be able to start smelling the essential oils kind of get diffused throughout the entire house with this humidifier. And I do want to mention that this is the 6-liter version, and it honestly holds its water level for a long time. This will easily get you by for a few nights of a lot of use. And specifically, they're claiming about 50 hours of runtime with this one. And plus, something else that I think is worth mentioning is just how quiet this thing is. It's almost silent. It's very hard to actually hear this going. It doesn't really sound like a fan or anything like that. And sometimes it's hard to even notice it's on. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and do the cleaning portion of this test, just so I could show you what maintenance is gonna look like on this air humidifier. All right guys, so I went ahead and took this into the bathroom just because there's a sink really close by. So the first step to cleaning is going to be removing this filter. So you guys could remove this and it should twist so you guys could see what the sponge looks like. And it looks pretty good to me, so I'm definitely gonna be fine with reusing this. All right, and then for the next step, we're gonna use white vinegar, and we're gonna pour about 3 cups straight into the reservoir here. And basically, gradually over time, the vinegar will seep through here and sort of clean all of the components. So now that the vinegar is in here and it's kind of leaking through into the bottom of the base here, we're gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes. And then we're gonna come back to it, get rid of all the vinegar, rinse it out, and then hopefully be good as new. All right guys, so that's basically it for this review and test of the CHIVALZ Air Humidifier.